Om Shri Sai Ram, offering our collective prayers at the lotus feet of our most beloved Lord, respected elders, brothers, sisters, students, and everyone watching us live from around the world. Today almost marks the culmination of the beautiful Guru Purnima celebrations, because many of our brothers and sisters will return to their homes and hearts tonight or early tomorrow morning. All our students will return to their campuses. But what we have witnessed in the last couple of days has been completely mesmerizing. And I'm sure each and every one will agree with me on that. Today, Swami has commanded me to share my experiences. Honestly, I don't know where to start. He said, backstage, he said, talk about from the time you came to know of your little brother, Madhusudan. It was late 2011 when I first heard about what was happening. Very few people knew about it, a lot of skeptics, even during those very early days. And I was still in Dubai, having a corporate career. And I rushed to experience my Swami. I did not need any confirmation. I knew Swami is God, so he can do anything. And that was my first tryst with Bhagwan, speaking through a very young boy. We are talking of almost 8-9 years ago. And in a few months, I left my job. I said, if Swami is here, if he is continuing his mission in this most phenomenal way, I must come back. And Swami said, yes, you must come back and be part of my mission, because I have trained you all these years for this period of my mission. And that is when it all started with my dear little brother, Madhusudan. Those early days, he would call me Akka. And today, when I bow at his feet, in front of my very own eyes, what I can see is the ascension of man. I had a very vivid dream this morning. I had a very, very vivid dream this morning. Swami was there, and next to him was Brother Madhu. Swami looked at me, pointing out to him, and said, you see, ascension of man to God. Man to God. He said, this is what I have to do with each and every one of you. Man to God. We will have an ascension day, he said. And then I immediately thought, when I woke up, the words of Swami Brahmananda. Swami Brahmananda was the very first disciple, or in fact one of the direct disciples of Swami Vivekananda. And in fact he was the first president of the Ramakrishna Math and the Ramakrishna Mission. And he would tell his disciples, he would say, you see, if you want inner peace, or if you want to realize God, you have to wait. Spiritual realization is a question of time. And during this period of wait is all about the struggle. The mother bird knows when exactly to crack open the egg to reveal its little baby. The Divine Mother knows when to pick you up so that you may attain that realization. But that period of wait, that period of struggle which is there, is very tough. It's not easy. Sometimes there's joy, sometimes there's hope, sometimes there's despair, sometimes there's sadness. But it's a battle. It's a battle to attain that ultimate divinity. I remember in those very early days when Swami very graciously picked me to travel around the world with him. It seems like yesterday, but it was such a joy to be with Brother Madhu. Because I'm sure every single devotee who's seated here from the various countries will agree with me that if there is any message, any email which is sent to Bhagwan, there is an instantaneous reply from him. It does not matter what time of the day or night it is. So once I asked him during one of our travels, we had gotten in very, very late. It was past 2 a.m. And we had just gotten into the host's home. And we were almost going to bed. It was a very long flight. And I thought, let me check my emails before I go to bed. And I saw a series of mails which he was replying to at that early hour. So when we woke up the next morning, I asked him, I said, you were so tired last night. Why didn't you go to sleep? You could have answered these in the morning. And he said, there are so many devotees around the world who send me messages in the hope that I pray to Swami, what right do I have to come between them and their Lord? So it doesn't matter what time of the day or night it is. It is my responsibility and my duty to reply to these messages. What I have seen during these travels, especially during those very early days, is the fact that him as a personality, kind, all the time helping, all the time putting others in front of himself. We might have had a long journey, we might have had 2 satsangs, there might have been many interviews, and even after an interview, there have been instances when he would come and help us wash dishes in the kitchen. That is what we saw of him. I'd like to narrate one instance which is very close to my heart. We were in Croatia and we were getting ready to go for the public satsang in the evening. So I served Swami his coffee and it was time for Brother Madhu to go into Swami's room. And the time was already up. Narasimurthy sir, Srinivas sir, Mr. Tigret had already arrived. But Brother Madhu did not come out of his room. So I went to knock his room. I knocked and knocked, he did not open. So I messaged him to say, brother, are you okay? He opened the door, catching his stomach and said, I've had some kind of a food allergy and my stomach is paining so much. I don't think we will be able to go for the public satsang. And really, he was crying in physical pain. He was holding his stomach and crying. So naturally for me, I said, but Swami is right next door. Go to Swami's room, tell Swami. And you know what he said, brothers and sisters? He said, how can I disturb Swami? If any of us would have been in that position, we would have thought it would be our right to storm into Swami's room and tell Swami, my stomach is paining, Swami, I've had an allergy, please help me, please do something. He didn't say that. He said, how can I disturb Swami? I said, brother, please, please, Swami is the most compassionate and benevolent mother. Please go into his room. And then he said, okay. And then he went into Swami's room, of course. Swami cured him of that stomach pain and that allergy. And then we went for the public satsang. These are just little instances, little snippets of him as a personality. And from that first day, since I met him, till today, we have had many candid conversations. We have traveled around the world. We have spoken about various topics. Of course, the favorite topic being Swami and what Swami is trying to teach us. What is Swami trying to do? That's been our favorite topic, because every single moment there is a learning. And in that learning comes a little tidbit for us to take away, because there is a little tidbit in that learning itself. And that is that little tidbit which he would say, you know what? This is what Swami said. This is what Swami felt. This is how he felt. And this is what he said. Isn't our Swami the ultimate? And I would say, yes, brother, he is the ultimate. There was once a time, coming back to the point that he is such a selfless person. Yes, we can all say, yes, we are all selfless. We put others ahead of us, like Swami has always said. But he takes it to a completely different level. We were in Fiji. This was about a couple of years ago. And Swami had invited a lot of other guests from various countries. It was almost like an island retreat. So after dinner, Swami said, you can all have a little cultural gathering together. I am not coming. I'm going to go and retire. You all go and enjoy the cultural show. So there was Brother Praveen, myself, and we asked Brother Madhu, we said, do you want to go for the cultural show? What is it that you want to do? He said, no, maybe let's just go for a walk. So we went for a short walk right there where, so it was quite literally on one side, there was a cultural show happening. Literally on the other side, we went for a walk. It was beautiful, full moon day, and the ocean looked splendid. So I told Brother Madhu, I said, can you imagine how it would be if Swami was to be here? Just the three of us and Swami, looking at the moon and this ocean. And then he looked at me and said, are you serious? You want to invite Swami at this hour? I said, brother, please, what a joy it would be. And then he looked at me and he said, okay, I will do this for you because you're deeply yearning this. In a fraction of a second, Bhagwan was there. And Swami spoke about the secret of his creation. He spoke about various things. He spoke about why the ocean tastes salty. He spoke about how there are 1 lakh universes in this cosmos, in this creation. And then after some time he said, this time of the hour or this time of the night is not for people like you. You better go to bed. It is only for Rakshasas. So we humbly prayed to Swami, thanked him that he had appeared on that beautiful full moon night by the seashore. And then as we were coming back, brother was sharing with us what he actually saw. He said, the moment you prayed, he said, I was wondering, how will Swami come? Where will he sit? There is no throne here. So he said, the moment I thought, where is Swami's throne? He said, there was a throne which descended, a massive throne which descended from the skies. There were angels who brought this throne, which was like a massive lotus petal. And he said, Swami glided on the ocean and walked. He was huge, like a Vishwarupam. And then he walked and he came to the human size, and he came to his 5 feet 3 inches, sat on that lotus throne which descended from heaven and spoke to us for 10 minutes. It's been an incredible journey for me, personally. But what have I learned in this? Swami has always said, I cast my people again and again in a drama. When I cast you, you enter with joy. You play your part with humility and you exit with dignity. We are all leaving impressions and footprints as He has given us this human birth. But what I am going to personally miss is the fact that I will miss a younger brother. Today he is my guru. I am going to miss all those wonderful, candid talks. I am going to miss all those really insightful conversations, because to me, at all times now, he is Bhagwan. Yes, I'm happy that he is progressing. I'm happy that he is inching himself to becoming God. But at the same time, my heart goes out, like many others who are seated here, that I will miss a brother. Because, like Swami Brahmananda said, we have closely seen his struggles, night or day. Whether we've traveled long distances or whether we've traveled short distances, he is there for his Lord. No wonder Swami said, he will never say no to me. I've never seen him say no to Swami. It's always, yes, Swami, whatever you wish, whatever you want. Yes, we may say that. We say, yes, I can do it. No, we cannot. Not now. It's a very hard struggle. It's a struggle. But we are all aspiring. We can only aspire because we can only be there. It is for the divine to pick us when He wants. A few days ago, I asked this question to Swami. I said, Swami, how can I become like Madhu? And Swami told me, he said, Bangaru, let me tell you the truth. He said, a painter has several brushes stacked. When he's doing his masterpiece, he picks a thick brush when he wants. And when he needs a thin brush, he puts the thick brush back and he picks the thin brush to do a thinner stroke. So you just have to be available in that stack of brushes, because you do not know when I will pick you. Your duty is only to be available. Madhusudan was available. And that is why I picked him. He went through his phase of struggles. He retaliated. He agreed. He smiled. He got angry with me. He did everything, but he was available. If you need to be a good role model, this is what you need to do. Be available. And I will pick you when I want. Because when I want, if you are not available, then the opportunity is missed. You will miss this boat. So I ask all the devotees around the world, I ask every single person who've been debating, deliberating, throwing brickbats over the last 2 days, is this possible? Is this a reality? Is this a crazy place? I can only say one thing. Look at the initiatives, look at the projects around the world. Is this humanly possible? Can this be possible by any one of us? Over 30 countries and all that is happening. Is it possible? Of course it's not possible. Because there is a divine guidance. And that Lord is using him as an instrument. He's a hollow flute. And that is why Swami takes over his body and does what he wants. Recently, when we were in Spain, probably that would be my last very long dinner conversation with him. I asked him this question. Do you feel it when Swami is inside? Do you know what's happening? He says, no. He takes over and I'm just there. I'm just available for him. And that is the biggest ever lesson I have personally learned. But yes, I will miss my brother, Saira.